Okay, let's go.
Hi, friends of the Coachella Valley. Jose here from the New Mindset. Well, today we have quite an interesting episode. I got reached out to by one of our listeners, I believe, and man, I just can't wait to start talking about this. We are here today with Jessica Munoz from Voices for Children. Thank you for being here with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So, Jessica, let me just go straight into it. Let me ask you a little bit about where you're from. Are you actually from the Coachella Valley, or are you from somewhere else?
I am not from the Coachella Valley, but
Okay.
I was born and raised in Southern California and have lived here almost all of my life.
Okay. So before we get into what you do today, which I honestly want to hear all about it. Tell me a little bit about you growing up. And I want to know like how you got into what you're doing today. So let me ask you this. Have you lived in Southern California all your life?
Almost all of my life. I left
Okay.
for school. I went to school in the Midwest, but other than that, I have always lived in Southern California.
Okay. And so what city did you grow up in?
I grew up in San Diego, and I stayed in San Diego for college, and I went to law school in Nebraska and came home to Southern California when I became an attorney.
Okay, that's awesome. And your family core, are you like the single child? You have a few brothers and sisters?
So I grew up with one brother who actually does live in the Coachella Valley, and we had wonderful parents and an amazing grandmother and a wonderful extended family, and I feel really grateful to have had those relationships growing up.
Oh, 100%. It's always about family, right? We keep it close to heart. It's important that we recognize our family members in this as well. That's awesome. So you went to school, you went to law school. What is it? Is it a specific law? I don't, correct me if I'm wrong, but there's different types of law degrees, correct?
So most lawyers have a Juris Doctor degree. That's the type of degree that I received. And then when you complete your law degree, you can choose to specialize in a particular area. I feel really fortunate that going to law school, I was really clear on what I was hoping to accomplish with my education. And that really was to be an advocate for children and families. And I've been able to do that throughout my career in some very traditional and less traditional ways. And it's been a really special journey.
That's fantastic. If you don't mind me asking, how many years have you been in your profession?
Almost 20.
Oh, wow. You don't sound a day over 21.
Well, excellent.
That's awesome.
Thank you so much. I'll keep drinking the tea.
And so you went to law, and then you found, if you don't mind me asking, where is Voices for Children located? Is it like a program, or is it a building, or what? Can you tell me a little bit about how you got there?
Absolutely. Voices for Children is the court-appointed special advocate, or CASA program, serving Riverside County. So we have offices in Palm Desert. We also have offices in Riverside and Temecula. We serve San Diego County as well and have an office there too.
And so how do you find the place? What led you to the place? Can you tell me that story?
So in my work as an attorney, I represent both children and parents who were experiencing the foster care system. Sometimes people that we meet are surprised to learn that when a child has been removed from their home due to abuse or neglect, that a legal process begins. And a judge is assigned to the child and the family, and that judge makes all of the decisions about what happens next. And the parents, as well as the children, are represented by lawyers as they go through that process. So that's the kind of lawyer that I was for several years. And during that period of time, I got to work with amazing community volunteers called Court-Appointed Special Advocates, or CASAs. And in San Diego County, where I worked at the time, Voices for Children, where I work now, is the nonprofit organization that trained and supported those volunteers. And I always appreciated having those volunteers involved with my child clients for a couple of reasons. One, they provide an incredible amount of emotional support to the child, but they also provide tremendous information and insight to the judge and the attorneys and the social workers who are also working to serve the best interests of these children. And so fast forward a few years, And when Voices for Children expanded to serve Riverside County almost 10 years ago, they were looking for someone to lead that effort. And very happily and gratefully, I was the one they chose. And so
Wow.
I've been with Voices for Children ever since.
That's amazing. So they came to you and they said, "Hey, you're doing such a fantastic job. We want you to work for us."
Well, not quite. I had to apply. I'm sure the competition was stiff, but I feel very fortunate to have been chosen for that role.
It really sounds like you were chosen for this role for a reason, and you could tell in the way you're talking that you're very passionate about this job.
The first 7 years that I was with Voices, my whole job was to lead the growth of our Riverside County program. And then 2 years ago, I became the CEO for the organization. So I really have enjoyed that I get to serve children in my native San Diego County, where I grew up, but also continue serving children in the Coachella Valley and Riverside County, which has become a very, very special place to me.
That is fantastic work. I mean, thank you for everything you do.
Thank you.
Before we cut to commercial, let me ask you this. What was your first job? And by that, I mean like your actual first job. Like I started working when I was 16. I was working at this place called Tasties. So I don't know a lot of people know or heard about. But what was your first job?
So my very first job was at the San Diego Zoo as a summer camp assistant. So I got to work with teachers who were leading summer camps for kids at the San Diego Zoo. So it was a pretty fun
That
first job.
is awesome. I always wanted to work at a zoo. I never got the chance to. Oh my gosh, that's great. Well, let's use this moment to cut to commercial. When we come back, I want to hear more about what's going on today. I'd love to hear more about Voices for Children. Well, guys, we'll be right back. Hey, friends of the Coachella Valley, Jose here from The New Mindset. If you've ever felt overwhelmed by the noise of life or struggled to find calm amidst the storm, then you really don't want to miss out on the book, Confused Girl, Find Your Peace in the Chaos by Giovanna Silvestri. Now, this book is a heartfelt guide, blending wisdom, self-discovery, and practical tools to help you navigate the chaos and step into a space of inner peace. And today, Giovanna herself is here to tell you more about it.
My name is Giovanna Silvestri, and I am the author of Confused Girl, Find Your Peace in the Chaos. The premise of my book is that confusion is a virtue, and I take the reader on a journey of understanding how confusion can be the fuel to your self-discovery journey, where you find yourself in a world of infinite possibilities, where your wildest dreams become a reality. You can find my book on Amazon, also on my website, confusedgirlinthecity.com, and you can find me on Instagram at confusedgirlLA.
Thank you guys for listening. I encourage you to pick up the book and begin your own path toward tranquility. Remember, peace isn't a destination. It's a journey. And we're back here with Jessica. So, Jessica, tell me about Voices for Children today. Tell me about what it is that you do and tell us a little bit more of the need. I understand that a big goal is to get more volunteers. Can you just kind of walk us a little bit through that?
So Voices for Children has been serving the Coachella Valley and all of Riverside County for nearly 10 years. In that time, we've grown year over year, and that is thanks to the volunteers who have been working with us, as well as our support in the community. Our model, our way of advocating for children, is such that we can only provide advocacy for children through the community volunteers that give their time and give their heart to work one-on-one with a child who's experiencing foster care. So quite literally, the only way that we can continue to serve more children in the Coachella Valley is if more members of the community choose to become court-appointed special advocates or CASA volunteers.
And so if you could tell me a little bit more about Voices for Children and what you do.
CASAs provide really unique support to those children in a couple of ways. Earlier in our conversation, I mentioned that when a child enters foster care, a judge is assigned, and that judge makes all of the decisions about what happens next. It's those very judges that appoint the volunteer to serve the child, and Voices for Children's role is to train and then provide ongoing support to that volunteer so that they can be as successful as possible in their role as a volunteer advocate. From the child's perspective, the benefit of having a CASA volunteer is a caring, consistent adult who is by their side during what can be a very scary season or even several years. From the court's perspective, the benefit is that the volunteer really gets to know that young person in an individual and holistic way. And because they develop a relationship over time, they're able to let the social worker know and let the judge know if the child has any unmet needs. They also get to share things like the child's hopes and wishes for the future so that everyone who's involved with the child can do their best to make sure that that child has what they need to thrive.
That's fantastic. And can you tell me, how does one become a volunteer? What are the steps that you take, and what are the requirements to be a volunteer? This seems like a big responsibility.
So if someone listening is interested in becoming a volunteer or knows someone who might make a wonderful volunteer, the very first thing they should do is visit our website, speakupnow.org, speakupnow.org. The next step is to attend an information session. That's a 60-minute session. We offer them virtually. It's an opportunity to learn more about the role of a CASA, as well as all of the resources and training that Voices for Children provides to our volunteers. From there, they'll complete an application and have a meet and greet with a member of our staff. If they move forward into training, that training is about 30 hours. We offer it every month. Some of that is self-paced at home, and some of that is live in a virtual format. After the completion of training and screening, volunteers will be matched with a child, and they will also be matched with a staff member at Voices for Children who is there to be their guide and their right hand throughout their service as a CASA volunteer. So there is always someone in their corner cheering them on, helping them, brainstorming with them, making sure that they feel comfortable with their role as a volunteer.
Wow, that is fantastic. I mean, wow, I don't even know what to say. The lives of the kids that you're changing. I mean, just by volunteering, that's wow. And the process seems like you have every way to make sure that the person is prepared and that they also have that backing once they're in the program. That way they're never really alone.
So we take really seriously our role to then be the support for the volunteer.
Wow. I don't know what to say. I'll say this. Let's use this moment to segue into the next commercial. When we come back, I want to hear more about what's going on in the future. We'll be right back. Hey, friends of the Coachella Valley. Jose here for the New Mindset. Let me ask you a question. How's your financial future ready? I know mine wasn't. It took a while to really get a hold of things, but you know what? I have a friend here that's happy to help and assist you. And he's got a special offer for you. Take it away, Luis.
Are you keeping as much of your hard-earned money as possible? Whether you're a family planning for the future or a business owner looking to reduce taxes, the right financial strategy can make all the difference. We teach you the rules of money, how to legally minimize taxes, and how to build and protect your wealth. We help families create financial security and guide business owners in optimizing their finances to maximize profits. We review your current accounts, consolidate old accounts, and ensure your money is performing at its best. And with a personalized one-on-one consultation with a licensed financial strategist, you'll get clear, actionable guidance tailored to your goals. It's not just about how much money you make, it's about how much money you keep. Let's put the right strategies in place so you can achieve peace of mind and long-term financial success. Email us at luisvega.lia05@gmail.com today and mention the New Mindset of the Coachella Valley podcast for your free consultation. Remember, knowledge without action keeps you in the same place. Many blessings.
Well, guys, there's not much more to say. Please don't forget to check out Luis. Get a hold of that financial future. For now, let's get back to the show. Okay, we're back with Jessica. So, I want to know, the program exists today. You're a part of it in a major way. What's the next step? What's the next 5 days look like to you? The next month, next year? Where's the growth? Where's it going? Can you tell me a bit about that?
Voices for Children is always to expand and develop our capacity as an organization to be able to serve more kids. Over the last decade, we've grown, and this year we expect to serve about 625 children across the county. We are so proud of that growth and of all of the children that we've been able to serve thanks to our volunteers. but there are thousands of children who will spend time in foster care in Riverside County, and we are the only CASA program that serves our community. So the only way for more children to have the support and advocacy of a CASA is for Voices for Children to continue to grow in the Coachella Valley and in Riverside County as a whole. So in the coming days and months and years, we are laser focused on that goal, and we need the community's help to accomplish it.
That's fantastic. And you said again, the best way to reach out to you guys is which way? You said that there's a website. Is there a social media page also that people can follow and follow along on that?
Yes, people can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. We also have some wonderful videos on our website as well that folks listening can check out to learn more about what we do.
And on a more personal note, what is your growth within the company in the next few years?
I'm so grateful to be leading Voices for Children and to have the opportunity to serve that I do. So my hope is to continue to be able to work with my colleagues and our wonderful volunteers at Voices for Children to serve more children who need us.
That's fantastic. Well, it really sounds like you have a plan. We do hope that this podcast episode helps you and propels more volunteers to show up at the door. Is there an age minimum requirement, by the way? I forgot to ask you that.
Volunteers are required to be 21 years of age or older. There is a background test that's involved and an application that we ask interested folks to complete so that we can learn a little bit more about them. But really the most important requirements are that someone have the time and the heart to share.
And would you say the best way to find all that information is on your website?
Yes. So someone who wants to learn all of those details and learn more about the amazing things that our volunteers are doing can visit our website, speakupnow.org, speakupnow.org.
That's fantastic. Well, we're going to cut into our last segment. I told you this was going to be a fast one, right? I really wanted to get to the core details of it, but I want to take some time on this last segment. Before we do that, I just want to explain to you how we got to this piece. So I call it the Pearls of Wisdom. I'd say about 20 episodes ago, I got a call from my youngest brother, Eric. I'm the oldest one of 5. And he goes, "Hey, I heard a podcast episode with you and a DJ in the Coachella Valley. And I've always wanted to be a DJ, man. Can you hook me up with her?" And I was like, "Dude, what are you talking about? Like, I've known you all my life. What do you mean DJ? You're a dentist. What do you mean?" And I learned that I don't know who's listening. We never know who's listening to the podcast. If you have internet, you can hear us anywhere in the world. And that's what our numbers reflect. People listen to us, believe it or not, to our people over in Germany that are listening to us, in Australia that are listening to us today. Thank you for all the comments. And we really want to showcase that opportunity for our guests to tell us in your own words. I ask people, like, what are some steps to get into what you do and what you are? But I mean, you have a full-fledged career. Maybe some advice and somebody that wants to follow in your steps and maybe be a lawyer, maybe be more connected to advocacy. When we come back from the commercial, if you could just help us out with a few pieces of advice, that'd be great.
That'd be great.
Awesome. We'll be right back.
Hey, friends of the Coachella Valley. Ready to make a real difference in someone's life? Stay tuned to hear how you can help create positive change in our community. Your support can truly make an impact.
Voices for Children is seeking volunteers known as court-appointed special advocates, or CASAs, who advocate for children in foster care to ensure their needs are met as they navigate the foster care system. Learn more and register for a volunteer information session at speakupnow.org.
Thanks for listening, and a big thank you to Voices for Children for sharing their important message. Now, let's get back to the show.
All right, guys, and we're back here with Jessica Munoz. Jessica, thank you so much once again for being here with us. Voices for Children, it sounds like a very fantastic organization. I can't wait to learn more about it. Would you mind sharing with us some steps and how somebody can do what you do and maybe, guide us a little bit into your path, or somebody that's interested in doing it? What could they do to do what you do?
Sometimes we'll get a similar question from people who want to know how to give back to their community, how to get involved with nonprofit organizations, how to make a career and a life that includes service as a component of that. I think for me, the best advice I can give is to really be clear and committed to your why. For me, that has been serving children and family. And knowing that has created a situation, I think, that has allowed me to decide when opportunities arise if they're for me. And also being really rooted in that why has made me open to things that maybe I hadn't considered or might be less traditional, like working in a nonprofit like I do now, because I knew that it was very aligned and consistent with what I wanted to do, which was to advocate for children and families. And so I think, in short, what I'm suggesting is knowing why you want to do something or why you want to accomplish something can help you evaluate decisions, opportunities that might come your way.
Wow, that was short but sweet. That's actually, you hit it on the head. That's fantastic. Follow your dreams, reach them out. That great. I don't even know what to say. That was perfect, Jessica. Thank you for your time. I hope I didn't take too much of it. You sound like a busy individual. I hope that this podcast reach out to everybody that needs to hear it, and you get a lot of people coming over and at least checking out your page and volunteering. That's a fantastic goal, and I do hope we're able to help you with that.
This was really a pleasure, Jose. Thank you so much for having me. Thanks for your curiosity and interest in what we do, and thank you for helping us spread the word.
Absolutely. Well, guys, to all of you listening this morning on your workout, thank you for being here with us. And to all of you listening tonight, have a great night. Bye-bye.